Welcome to Channel English 3 months. Today, we are going to learn about new tips for improve your English speaking, listening, writing, and vocabulary. Let's start it. 15 books guaranteed to make you more intelligent. Who doesn't want to be smarter? The good news is it's as easy as reading a book or two. Numerous research studies indicate that regular reading makes you smarter, including improvements to crystallized, fluid, and emotional intelligence. So, if you want to strengthen your brain to prepare it for success in business and leadership, pick up some of these insightful reads and crack those books. Books to make you more intelligent. 1. Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. So much of today's success comes from having the right mindset for business. This book is dedicated to showing you how to think methodically and rapidly, as well as how to know when to make faster or slower decisions. You want to be quick on your feet, but don't want to rush into a decision that needs more contemplation. In Thinking Fast and Slow, Farrar, Straus, and Giroux. 2011. Author Daniel Kahneman teaches both a fast system and a slow system to help you determine when and how to use each thinking speed. When you're brainstorming new marketing ideas, for example, you may want to implement fast thinking to churn out organic ideas, to refine and execute those ideas, though you may shift into slow thinking. Mastering both styles can be immensely helpful for entrepreneurs and professionals. 2. A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. In A Short History of Nearly Everything, Broadway Books. 2003. Bill Bryson shares information across many areas of science related to the universe and how we got to where we are in human history. Along the way, Bryson adds some heavy information on physics, biology, chemistry, and more. When you can discuss how and why we might be here as well as our purpose, you could impress more than a few people in conversation. More than that, though, it can help you understand your business's place in society. What's your value proposition? Who do you serve? What fundamental human problems does your business solve? Getting existential about humanity can help you get existential about your business. 2. 3. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. The Art of War, written by 5th century BC military general Sun Tzu, at first seems like nothing more than an archaic military treatise. However, it contains serious wisdom about leadership and strategies that can benefit every modern entrepreneur. You may not be leading your team across a rushing river to confront competitors unless you're in a really intense industry. But you can still draw insight from Sun Tzu, his direct language, and historical examples from Chinese military engagements of his day are timeless. Whether you're maneuvering against a rival company or trying to inspire your employees. The Art of War is worth reading. We recommend you pick it up if you'd like to steel yourself for the battlefield of modern entrepreneurship. 4. The Greatest Secret in the World by Og Mandino. First published in 1972. The Greatest Secret in the World, Bantam, 1972, by Og Mandino, has stood the test of time and is on several must-read lists. It not only offers insights on personal and financial success, but also gives you a plan for developing the traits that will get you what you want. The transformational processes Mandino describes can also help you improve your relationships with all types of people, since business can be understood as a series of relationships. What better way to improve your ability as an entrepreneur and leader? The greatest secret in the world could be the greatest secret to your business's success. So we definitely suggest adding it to your reading list. 5. The Courage to Write by Ralph Keyes. Writing well is often perceived as a sign of intelligence, and clear communication is a prerequisite for success as a leader. If you want to do both more effectively, pick up The Courage to Write: How Writers Transcend Fear. Holt, Paperbacks, 2003. It serves as a how-to book and a fountain of inspiration on bravery. This book gives you the information you need to improve your grammar, structure, tone, and style. Even if you're not a writer and you prefer to communicate verbally, this book will help you think through the ways we muddy our language with unnecessary flourishes. Moreover, its themes about courage can help you shake your company up and encourage your team to take a bold, new attitude toward their roles. When you look behind the curtain of this manual, there's a lot more going on than just a guide to becoming a better writer. 6. Jumpstart Your Business Brain by Doug Hall. Jump. Start your business brain. The scientific way to make more money. Clarity Press, 2005, by Doug Hall, covers designing and launching a new product, an important topic for many entrepreneurs. In the book, Hall focuses on the skills and knowledge essential to making a viable product. He cites research and analysis to help you build a sales process that works. Develop effective marketing strategies and employ other business techniques. Compared to some of the other books on our list, Hall's guide is plain language business. If you don't feel like parsing philosophical texts or ancient tomes for wisdom, you can adapt to the modern workforce. Consider Hall's accessible guidelines for designing a product and launching it successfully. Who knows, it may even inspire your next product. 7. Cosmos by Carl Sagan. You might think some aspects of Cosmos Random House 1980 are over your head, but renowned astronomer Carl Sagan makes deep and expansive topics accessible to even the most general of readers. Sagan covers academic studies, such as religion, philosophy, history, culture, and science, all the while pondering the meaning of life. You know, just a bit of light reading before you go to bed, by seeing the bigger picture of the expansive cosmos. You might also be able to discern the bigger picture of your business. At the very least, it will get some creative juices flowing, as Saigon invites the reader to contemplate life from a new, broader perspective. 8. Creativity, Inc. Overcoming the unseen forces that stand in the way of true inspiration, by Ed Catmull and Amy Wallace. Creativity continues to be pegged as a critical success factor and a pathway to differentiation in business. Yet, it can be one of the most challenging things to put into a defining practice for use. Creativity, Inc. Overcoming the unseen forces that stand in the way of true inspiration. Transworld Publishers Limited. 2014, by Ed Catmull and Amy Wallace. Provides inspiring examples of business success. They use today's biggest creative film successes to offer a glimpse of how to tap into the creative potential in us all. Entrepreneurs need to be creative, whether they're just starting out, or they need to come up with ways to pivot or scale their business. This book can help empower your creative side and get you brainstorming in new ways, so you can go back to the drawing board and come up with some truly groundbreaking ideas. 9. You Are Not Your Brain, by Jeffrey Schwartz. Becoming a successful entrepreneur requires discipline, as it often comes with long hours and significant challenges that only determination and dedication can overcome. You are not your brain. The 4-step solution for changing bad habits, ending unhealthy thinking, and taking control of your life. Avery. 2011, by Jeffrey M. Schwartz, MD, and Rebecca Gladding, MD. Offers tips on how to control your mind while managing any impulses that may be impacting relationships, productivity, and overall success. Whether you're having a hard time getting started on a strong note, or you need a mental reset to rededicate yourself to growing your business, this book delivers. It can help reframe your thinking toward obstacles or frustrations, as well as cut out bad habits that hinder your success. Any entrepreneur who wants to improve themselves to help improve their business can benefit from realizing that they are not their brain. 10. Outliers. The Story of Success, by Malcolm Gladwell. While having a high IQ is great. Outliers. The Story of Success. Little, Brown, and Company. 2008 presents a logic behind why some people are more successful than others. In the book, author Malcolm Gladwell illustrates that high IQ is not always directly related to intelligence. Using findings from evolutionary psychology, Gladwell teaches readers how to be smarter and more successful. The truth is that the most successful entrepreneurs aren't always the smartest people. They're the most adaptable. Understanding how to adapt yourself and your team to solve problems is the foundation of running a good business. Knowing how to pivot to meet ever-changing market conditions can keep your business afloat during challenging times. You don't have to be a genius to be a great business leader, and Outliers helps explain why. 11. The Power of Habit. Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business by Charles Duhigg. Habit drives more of what we do than we might realize. The Power of Habit. Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business. Random House 2012 shows how to leverage habit for our benefit. Author Charles Duhigg examines why we develop habits and how to mold them in our favor. Something every entrepreneur can benefit from. After all, if your habits are at odds with growing your business, it's going to be hard to run a successful company. Duhigg offers clear insights into how habit can impact business. 2. So you won't have to work very hard to apply his insights to entrepreneurship. This book is ideal for anyone who wants to take control over the routine and establish new, healthier habits that help them be more intentional with their time. 12. Think Like a Freak. The authors of Freakonomics offer to retrain your brain by Stephen D. Levitt and Stephen J. Dubner. Becoming more intelligent often requires changing perspectives and altering the way you think and make decisions. Taking a new perspective could even be the thing that helps you identify the new, disruptive trend that your competitors have missed entirely. Think Like a Freak. William Morrow 2014 can help break you out of mainstream, conditioned trains of thought that ultimately hold you back. Through the use of diverse examples within this book, the authors offer a variety of steps to help readers begin thinking differently. If you can embrace those lessons, you can stay ahead of the curve while everyone else in your industry just continues to do the same old things. 13. Dopamine Nation. Finding Balance in the Age of Indulgence by Anna Lembke, MD. Understanding how to motivate yourself and properly use your time are major skills entrepreneurs need to master. Dopamine Nation. Finding Balance in the Age of Indulgence. Dutton, 2021. Pulls the curtain back on the neuroscience driving human motivation and reward-seeking behavior. Author Anna Lembke, MD, breaks down research behind how and why humans do what they do, even when it's sometimes to their own detriment. Lembke also shows readers how to rewire that behavior to better serve your goals. A deeper understanding of the brain's reward system, namely, how the neurotransmitter dopamine works, can help you rethink motivation. Dopamine Nation can also help you get inside the minds of your customers and understand what really motivates them to buy your products or services. Whether you want to improve your focus, spur your team to victory more effectively, or entice your customers to return, Lemgay's book offers useful insights into how the human mind seeks rewards. With these insights, you can make sure you're setting yourself and your team up for success. 14. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, but he also had some pretty down-to-earth insights modern leaders and entrepreneurs may find useful. Historians believe Aurelius' meditations weren't intended for public consumption, but were instead a series of private notes to himself as he navigated his life and shaped his personal philosophy. For business leaders, Aurelius's book offers a reminder to focus on the big picture and avoid getting bogged down in minor frustrations. It also extols leaders who maintain virtues like courage, compassion, and curiosity. While much of meditations may seem existential, its wisdom can easily be applied to managing a business and leading a team without losing one's sense of self. Aurelius was the leader of one of the greatest empires human civilization has ever seen. So, naturally, he has a thing or two to say about the characteristics every great leader should cultivate and the challenges they'll have to overcome. 15. Man and His Symbols by Carl G. Jung et al. You may think to yourself, what do symbols have to do with business? One look at all the most iconic brands and the feelings they evoke within their customers can answer that question. In Man and His Symbols, Dell, 1968. Jungian psychologists describe the importance of symbols in human life. The book describes how symbols appear in dreams, religion, art, and elsewhere, digging deep into their importance and what individuals can learn from their collective imagery. For businesses, symbolism is a key means of communicating with customers. This goes beyond brand logos and into the way businesses and their leaders carry themselves, not just in what they say, but in what they do. Symbols run deep in human consciousness, which gives them great power. Businesses that can tap into an understanding of how symbols compel humans in myriad ways can better build a relationship with customers. Whether these books change how you think, decide, or act, others will begin to notice incremental improvements in your intelligence. This could mean greater respect at work, a jump in the influence you have over others, or even a fast pass to a spot on Jeopardy! Thanks for watching this video. If you think this video is useful for you, please like, comment, and share. See you next video.